Hi everyone, it's Taylor here with digitalnativesed.com, and today we're talking about Clearly. What is Clearly? Clearly is a browser add-on that basically removes all the junk from the blogs and websites and news sites that you might find articles and content that you want to share in your class. Who should use this? Well, teachers should be pulling in outside content into their classrooms, and obviously the web is one of the biggest places to find this great content, but you don't want all the advertisements. Maybe they're inappropriate, they're not things you want your students to be distracted by, and you need some way to get that out. So Clearly is the tool that's going to help you do it. When do you use something like this? Anytime you find an article, blog, web post, anything that is online, you can use Clearly to remove all the added content. Where can you use it? Well, Chrome, Firefox, and Opera are all supported browsers for Clearly. So if you're using Internet Explorer or Apple's Safari, you're going to need, for these purposes, to switch over to Chrome, Firefox, or Opera. Why would you want to use something like this? Well, in the past, I was a copy and paster. So I would take the article that I was looking for, I'd copy paste it over into Word, and then I'd clean out all of the things I didn't need. But the problem was that I lost a lot of the links. Sometimes the formatting didn't come over correctly, so the text would be split up with pictures, and I would lose some of the information that I wanted to keep. And I was just wasting a lot of time doing this. Even if you weren't worried about all of the ads and the content that's distracting on these sites, if you wanted to print them or do anything with them, #ink. It uses so much ink to print all of that extra stuff that you really just don't need. So Clearly is a great built-in way to get rid of all of that extra content. Bonus, you can actually save the articles to your free Evernote account. So if you already use Evernote, and even if you don't, it's a great free product you might want to sign up for to help you organize these web articles for use in your classroom. How are we going to do it? Well, let's practice. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get into Google's Chrome web store. So you can go there by typing in chrome.google.com/web store, and you'll be brought here. So you can just search for Clearly. And it's actually an extension, so you're going to come to the second area here, and I've already added it, but what you would see is a blue button similar to the one below it that says Add to Chrome. So you would add it, and then it'll be an available extension. So when you go to a website and find something that you're interested in using, so I found this great article about the Amazon founder's rocket that he's reused, and he's working on building something that'll take off, land, and come back. So I want to use this in my classroom. This is really good content, but I've got this distracting VTech article here. If I tried to print this, who knows what would happen, because there's actually articles here in the background, but there's also these side articles, and Lord knows if my kids see this dog picture at the bottom, they're going to be totally distracted by that. And also the policeman responding in Gainesville to the noise complaint where he actually played pickup basketball with the kids. That's super big in the news right now, so I can only imagine how distracted my kids would get by all of this extra content here that I don't really want them to be focusing on. So what I'm going to do up here in the right hand corner is the link to my extension. So if I click this, view this page in Clearly, what I get is this beautiful cleaned up version of the article. So no more links. I do get related notes. So this is actually a feature within Clearly that links to other articles that I've pinned and content that it knows I'm interested in. But we can get rid of that as well. So if those are not something that we want in there, we can disable that feature. So now it's down to just the nitty-gritty. It also does include the pictures, which I think is great, because sometimes when you copy paste, that's one of the hardest parts, to get the pictures right with the text. So we have our article here. Now, if I wanted to save this into my Evernote account, I would click here, and it'll give you some options about which notebook you would like to save it in. So I have my notebook. I can add tags like Amazon, oops, one of my favorites, and help organize myself that way. Here, I can also highlight in the text. So if your students are one-to-one, your students can actually use this as well. So they can go find articles that are relevant to your content, and then they can highlight critical content. And when you print or do things with the article later, you will maintain that highlighting. So that's a really neat feature. I see a lot of potential uses for that in the classroom. And a nice feature is you can also adjust the backgrounds and the text size. So depending on what grade level you are teaching and what you're going to be doing with the content, if you're going to have the students annotating, you may want a really big font size so that there's room for the students to really mark it up and do things with it. But you can also customize, so if this isn't exactly what you want and you need to change up what the text looks like, you can change the text. And then lastly, you can print right from here. So no more wasting tons of paper, getting all these, blank spaces that you don't need. And it also links you right back to the article. So that is a wonderful feature as well. I wanted to show you one more example here. So this is the Wall Street Journal. So again, great news sites, but their job is to get you in and keep you on their website. So they're always trying to show you additional related articles, advertisements. Again, this is just a place where our students can get lost. These little pop-up here, these drive me crazy. The comments, maybe you just don't necessarily want your students getting into all of this stuff. So with a simple click, I have my article totally cleaned up now. So again, we can highlight the text. I can change the font styles. I can save and tag. This is music. And then I can print. So Clearly is a great tool that you can use in your classroom anytime you want to bring in outside content, be it news articles, blog posts, etc. And you're going to leave your students with just the critical content they need and not all the extra stuff that's going to distract them. I look forward to seeing how you use it in your classroom. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.digitalnativesed.com or on Twitter at Taylor Plumley, at Coach Carbini, and at Matt Coleman FLA. And if you're on YouTube, please follow our channel, Digital Natives Ed. Have a great day.